This symposium reflects a growing interest in the criminal law's treatment of women, both as victims and as offenders. Feminist legal analysis of crime have concentrated on men's violence against women, perhaps because it so directly imposes patriarchal power. Feminists have challenged the male perspective that structured the definition of rape and discounted the harm of domestic violence. Now, feminist legal scholars are examining the punishment of female lawbreakers as another side of gender inequality. This interest in criminal law makes sense. Although the law generally compels all legitimate prevailing relationship of power, the criminal law most directly mandates socially acceptable behavior. Criminal law also helps to shape the way we perceive women's proper role. The articles presented in this symposium explore a spectrum of issues raised by this inquiry into gender and criminal law. In Article 15, Section 2 in 1987 Philippines Constitution, marriage is stated as an inviolable social institution, the foundation of the family, and shall be protected by the state. Article 1, the Family Code of the Philippines, marriage is defined as a special contract of permanent union between a man and a woman entered into in accordance with law for the establishing of the conjugal and family life. There are various personal laws also presents a picture of inequality in its provision apart from the marital laws. The first one is the crime of adultery. Article 333 of the Revised Penal Code. It presents harsher requisite than the crime on concubinage. The second one is the crime of concubinage. Article 334 of the Revised Penal Code. The term vagrants and the concept of prostitution pertains only to women. The next one is the Article 202 of the Revised Penal Code, gender equality issues on night work prohibition. Article 130 of the Labor Code, it disputable presumptions. It is the Rule 131, Section 3 of the Rules of the Court, and the removal of criminal liability for rapists under Republic Act 8353. In Article 225 of the Family Code of the Philippines, the father and the mother shall jointly exercise legal guardianship or over the property of the unemancipated common child without the necessity of a court appointment. In case of disagreement, the father's decision shall prevail unless there is a judicial order to the contrary. The above-mentioned provision is automatically giving the father or the husband the authority to decide completely in cases the disagreement between couples unless the wife resort to judicial action. Forgiveness clause in the crime of rape or the anti-rape law. In the law, it stated that subsequent valid marriage between the offender and the offended party shall extinguish the criminal action or the penalty imposed. It also recognized that if the offender is the legal husband, the subsequent forgiveness by the wife, who is the offended party, shall extinguish the criminal action of the penalty. Exclusive definition of prostitution, Article 202 of the Revised Penal Code, amended by the Republic Act number 10158, retain the decades-old definition of the prostitutes as women who for money or profit habitually engage in sexual intercourse or lascivious conduct.